NKC art. Okay, in order to make your pattern texture popsicles, take one crayon out of the bag, the one that you want, and whenever you're finished, put that one back in and get a new one. You're going to be making some patterns inside of your popsicles, whatever kind of patterns you like. Right now I'm doing some zigzag lines. I might do some polka dots later, some swirls, even some diagonal lines. Choose the patterns that you like and the colors that you like. I'm coloring back and forth really hard because I just really want to make sure my patterns show up through my paint when we go to paint these later. So fill in all of your popsicles with different patterns for your textures and different colors. And then when you're done, we're going to use some tempera paint today to go ahead and paint them. Get a little bit of water, and remember, you don't have to stab it or push down really hard. You just kind of pet the paint a little bit with that water, and then you can take it in and go in and paint your popsicles. If you get a little bit more water sometimes, you don't even need more paint. You can just kind of spread out the paint that you have on your popsicle already and kind of fill it in that way. You don't always need extra paint. Sometimes that water will just kind of stretch it out for you. Anytime you do need more paint, just get a little bit more water and a little bit more paint, and then you can go ahead and paint on your popsicles. I'm just going to choose some different colors. Again, I'm just lightly stroking the tempera paint puck. Maybe adding a little bit more water. The more water you have, the easier it's going to be to spread out. You don't want a giant pool, but you do need that water in order to get the color to kind of spread out and make it a little bit easier to paint inside your popsicle. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. Once I'm done with these popsicles, painting them, I'm going to put them just to the side for a little bit so that they can kind of dry. I want to make sure I have my name on them because we are going to finish these up next week. And when I pass these out, I want to make sure your name is on it so I know who they belong to. So I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to get my large paper. This is going to be for our background that we're going to be gluing down with our popsicles next week. There are 4 different rectangles that I've kind of divided your paper up into. You're just going to choose a different color for each rectangle, get your tempera paint, and then go ahead and paint in each color rectangle and just kind of fill it in as solid as you can. Like I said, just get more water if you want to spread some more of that paint out. Notice I didn't get any paint there. I just kind of used more water to spread what's already on the paper out a little bit more. It only goes so far, so at some point you do need a little bit more paint on your brush in order to get it completely filled in. So go ahead and when you're doing this, pick out whatever colors you want. And try to get like 4 different colors, one for each rectangle on your page. Later on, we'll be gluing our popsicles down to these and adding some sticks to kind of make them look like real popsicles. And I'm going to go ahead and get some yellow. Again, make sure your name is on the back of this paper too, just so when I pass them out, I know exactly who it belongs to. So notice how I just kind of try to stay in the rectangle the best I can. Sometimes it's a little hard to get to the edges without it bleeding into the other paint, but just kind of work it around and just kind of do the best you can on your work. Once you're done, we're going to let these dry for a little bit, and then later we're going to be putting our popsicles on there with some glue. Alright, and once you're done, we're just going to put that aside and let it dry, and we will finish it up later.